Guess who's back? Yep, it's me. The reason being is because there was somebody in the live stream earlier that was having some fear caused by Tom Reed, Chosen One. And I feel like I may have dismissed it at the time because I think I was just so fired up with everything that was like, going on and stuff. But I don't want to dismiss that feeling that this community, and I'm sure other communities, um, can give to somebody. The fear is that, first of all, hi, random person. Hi, Rachel. Um, it's important for me to like not minimize Mary's uh, fear that she was talking about and how nervous it's starting to make her. And that's the thing about it's a shame because there's a lot of good people in this community, and a lot of us also are almost like developing like, characteristics that aren't our own. And I think it's because we're like on the defense all the time. Um, and when somebody is a, a figure in YouTube that has followers, the thought that somebody could reach that many people, like with 184 subscribers, 184,000 subscribers, when they're showing an anger or an animosity towards somebody, much like the example of, Amy going to Debbie's. You know what though, Rachel? The thing is I found myself sitting here a little bit afraid because when you go back and you listen to this guy, his whole thought process of, basically nothing, it's nothing, basically no fear of consequences. Probably has gotten away with quite a bit in his life. And I feel like that has happened with, you see that as a characteristic in people who have gotten away with a lot of bad behavior. And is it being a man who's making these kind of threats to people and antagonizing like somebody like Amy to go looking for Debbie? I'm not saying somebody like Amy. I just mean anybody. Like, what if, that was somebody that had never even spoken on Chosen One's channel and nobody had even a clue that somebody, you know, silent was looking for somebody that they thought they were doing Chosen One some kind of a favor. I mean, I myself with somebody had, you know, eh, they were thinking, oh, now you got thousands of people out for you, thousands of people now. To, to live in that kind of fear of men being able to get away with being so derogatory and threatening to women is something that I have to tell you, and I want to say earlier, I am here and see a lot. This is a place I can come to no matter what. Thank you. I appreciate that, Random. And sometimes I feel like, maybe I'm, I, I mean, I literally, like a little while ago, yeah, a little while ago, I was like thinking to myself, maybe I should just, because I look, there's my, subscribers down to 653. I mean, eking away. And like the way that you're supposed to do it too. And yet, because of people are, being inspired by this person who, lies about people, um, makes threats, has been connected to other, you know, strange things. And I feel like I dismissed Mary's um, fear because I was just so caught up. But it is frustrating to know that somebody, um, because they're so adamant on being, in control of people's decisions, people's choices, where people go, what people think about somebody, that they would stop at nothing. They would say any lies. I wasn't deleting comments off his channel. Um, that wasn't happening. That wasn't happening. But he certainly made it seem like, he did a good job, let's say that, on starting a fire that, you know what, I don't know who you are, and just nobody even touch that thing. But I'm telling you right now, continue, and there's going to be a problem. Because I don't know who the hell you are, and I can't even pronounce that symbol name, but take it somewhere else, buddy, okay? Nobody really has any time for it here, and nor do we care. So just GFY and go somewhere else. Make yourself extinct from here, okay? I just don't have the patience or the tolerance for idiots trying to ruin people's channels, making up lies. I mean, it was so easy for this woman who was in this community for about 2 months to destroy YouTube, relationships, friendships that I had established over 3 years, 2 years at that time, I should say. A woman that was because of Tom Reed's mouth and him allowing, lunatic to have a platform in her as well. Those people are not good people. They can pretend to be under the guise of outreach programs. Then they get to apply. And I'm not just talking about one particular channel, probably about two, or maybe more that aren't my concern. But they, under the guise of being this outreach, they apply for nonprofits, but in actuality, there's nothing there that they are, you know, there's nothing special about it. There's people who are really getting hurt by this kind of behavior. Sharon, I don't hate you, but I am going to tell you that I see a lot in your comments lately from people, and we're all kind of wondering, is there something going on? Like, are you mad that didn't succeed in this rehab? And does that mean that, hello, hello, King? I mean, does that mean that you should be counting it out? I mean, I don't think so. I think a lot of races are lost on the first turn, but none of them, you know, none of them are won on the first turn. You just gotta keep freaking going. You can't, because of what people are saying, um, go on this tirade where I understand tirades. I go on them myself. I really do. Because the frustration of them, lack of support, encouragement from people who kind of, use the encourage. Hi, Quick Vic. I'm pretty good. How are you? I've noticed a lot in this community that some people who are supporters, like in a monetary sense or gifts or something, have a tendency to threaten to withhold those things. I saw that a lot from that other particular channel there was supposed outreach, where they were threatening to withhold donations if people remain a supporter of my channel. Um, and I have to wonder if, hi, Bonnie, if, Sharon goes through that now pertaining to her speaking to me. Um, she just seems very frustrated. I feel like we all are. A lot of people come in and they talk about being human, psyche, and, they talk to people like as if, this is the truth, this is the way it is, we know everything. And I can honestly tell you that empaths don't do that. A lot of them, will say, we're empaths, everybody else. I don't really go like much with that whole, whatever, but I can honestly tell you that empaths know right from wrong. Honestly, they know right from wrong. Empaths don't have live streams, um, gossiping about people and speaking like it's like the gospel. You don't knowingly hurt somebody's feelings and do things behind the scenes and then quote some quotes from the Bible and throw a few Bibles at some people, and that makes you a, you know, Christian. I mean, I don't understand how people think just by saying it means that you don't have to do it. If you don't know bad behavior and what would hurt people's feelings, then how could you possibly care about anybody? You know, really, King. I think of like empathy, but then it's like, it's so hard to for me to believe that people don't understand that somebody who is in tune with other people's feelings would not be able to understand that allowing even your own friends to speak ill of somebody, I mean, really ill of somebody, not just say, oh, you're right, they did treat you bad, but to actually make aggressive and very mean comments and be okay with those things. I won't, random. I'll be here. Those, that's, that behavior is pretty obvious, Like if I was walking in somewhere or I was walking out and somebody was walking in at the same time, I automatically hold the door open for people. Okay? If somebody, walks out and they just let the door go, I automatically say, thanks, or you're welcome. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a problem pointing something out, even if it's just subtle. I don't have that problem pointing something out like that because that's a simple gesture to hold the door or to say thank you if somebody holds the door for them. You know, those are simple things to say goodbye, to say hello. Those are all simple things to do. If someone doesn't even have the capability of, like earlier, Random said, that she can come here and she's seen me. If someone does not have the capability to keep an open door for people that they, you know, I don't know. I mean, how come you never show yourself live? Pretty bored. Well, I have shown myself live. Do you go live, Kara? I mean, you don't have to be here if you find it boring. It's everybody's choice, freedom. If it's boring to you, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I don't know what you want me to do, like get on the live stream and start doing cartwheels. I mean, I have reasons. Perhaps you need to go back, look through my videos, and perhaps ask yourself, maybe I wouldn't be going live at this time yet either. Perhaps I'm not ready. Perhaps I don't feel like I look the same to me. I have gone live, but I still have a little bit of a thing going on with fucking my own, you know. But I think that you need to. All I'm saying is, it'd still be boring. I'd still be saying the same thing. I certainly wouldn't be doing cartwheels or, spinning a ball on my nose. Um, you know, fucking trapeze artist, and none of that. None of that would be going on. So to put it in those terms, I mean, see, that's what I'm saying. To come out and say it's pretty boring. You could have asked the question and left that out. But because you put that in, it kind of just makes me think, so I don't understand. Like, should I tell you how to click out of somebody's room? Yeah, I'm not scared to cam up. I just don't care much for fucking how my hair's growing back. Quite frankly, I don't even know how to fucking tame this shit. I guess I could cam up and throw a wig on my head. That might be all right, right? I mean, we all know how that goes. Hi, Debbie. I mean, I can't, seriously. So crazy. Like as if I was cammed up, I'd be fucking swinging from the ceiling or something. What difference would it be? Hi, Danielle. Yeah, I watched, and I don't even mean to like even say it, but I just mean like, I gotta wonder if, Sharon isn't like going through something more than what she's expressing because I don't think I've ever like seen her be so, I don't know, man. She doesn't even seem like herself. She's almost like, how people when they're doing things that aren't really funny, that they have like a laugh to go with it. I've never seen her be so like stomping the floor and slamming things. I can't imagine that all has to do with you, Debbie. I feel like well, okay. So all you have to do is say, you know, say you don't like it here and go. Do you understand? Like, if you know that about yourself, you have to get that for yourself. You don't have to expect me to give it to you because the YouTube is like a big old fucking. There's a lot of shit out there that you can find something, you know, to well, I mean, like, I don't. I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying like go get a life or like, sorry, but I'm just saying that you make your own choices. That's all. You make your own choice. You don't have to stay here. I'm not saying you have to go. I'm not saying that you have to stay. I do make videos where I've cammed up. I have cammed up. Well, I kind of hoped you'd have told me she lived. Random. Not kidding, but I mean, like, that's the thing that I don't think, I don't know, maybe it's not normal to feel like that you don't look the same as yourself anymore. I'm used to my hair looking like that in the picture. And I am sorry to hear that random. I mean, and sometimes I just don't even know what to say about that because for me, it's so scary to hear something like that. And yet I feel bad because I want you don't want to talk to me about it, but I would cam up a medium if I still felt like me. I got you, Kara. I hear you. Out of curiosity, did your mother-in-law, like, did anybody, like, wicked do an aggressive camp? Because I mean, I've never seen anything like him in my life. I've looked on, like, YouTube to see if I could find anything comparable to what I went through, and I haven't. I really haven't. And as for, like, what Debbie's going through now, I it's so hard to stomach because it's like, not only is what is being done by this person so, so bad. I appreciate that, Kara. I really do. And I am so happy for you guys. I'm sad for, and I'm happy for the people who are happy, and I'm sad for the people who are sad. And I feel like there's just so much sadness going on. Feel you, Debbie. That's how, like, and it's scary, right, Kara? I mean, I didn't, I fucking, I don't know. And the viciousness that is coming out with what the videos for you, Debbie, and what the viciousness is like gone to such a level that it almost seems like the person doing it has kind of gone over a little bit of an edge, you know? And I'm almost like thinking like if she doesn't get a hold of herself, that she's, you know, she's really, like, losing it. I've never even heard anybody, like, say, like, she's losing it until as of recently, these last, like, since she came out, videos are brutal. They were brutal before, but they're really brutal now. I mean, she's fucking I I can't even I'm like, "Ugh, this isn't even, like, the same person." You know what I'm saying? And it's such a important topic. Debbie, would you mind, like, if I, like could I just, like, say, like, what she's saying? I mean, I know, Debbie, and that's how I feel about and that's what I mean, like, the characteristics and the feelings that are coming out in me are so opposite to where I wanted to be, you know? Yeah, I mean to pick up scissors and, um, Debbie had gone through some personal past trauma, and, um, I you know, it's so horrific and sad to me that I can't even get the words out of my mouth to say, like, self-mutilation, and I, I guess from what I was, like, told was that the pain inside is so bad that to distract from that pain, you do a physical pain. I could be wrong, you know? I was just about to cry myself. I paused the thing because there's nothing, hi, I heart pain. There's nothing funny about cancer. There's nothing funny about self mutilation. There's nothing funny about anybody's fears. Those are fears that, people are playing on. And my my thought is, what if you did? And but please don't do that because Debbie, I know that for a long time you and I both go through times where we're thinking, oh, we're alone in this, but we're not. We aren't alone in this. We are not. You know, you do not, Debbie. And isn't it funny because there's people who think it's funny and it's like, not fucking funny. It's so not funny. But the thought that some of the things these people have done could be the last thing they've ever done to a person, and they'd be fine with that. Just like how, Tom Riegel, I'd sleep like a baby. That's so disturbing. They're disturbing. It's hard to do that, though. I think there might be a typo right there. Or Pokemon. Yes, a smile can change a person's day, Kara. You are correct. And I found that with the mask on, that has even been taken away from us. Just smiling at somebody, you know? Oh, people don't understand. Yeah, a lot of people do not. And if you'd like to come up here and tell us about it, I mean, I think that would really, you know, educate people on that because it's a very hard thing to understand. To It's such a hard thing to understand. And I could drop the link if you'd like to come up and talk. If you don't want to, you don't have to, but I'm gonna drop it just in case you do, because you could really be helping somebody that is, I mean, suffering from the same thing, you know? See, Bobby, you know? And we're sorry, Kara, that, we're sorry if you are new and you just simply, oh, okay, Debbie. If you just simply came in and, said what, I get it. Please, let's just move right past that, Kara, and thank you so much for, staying and giving me a chance. I appreciate it. I would love it if you would, Debbie, not because I love it that you could even talk about it. I prefer that you knew nothing about it. I prefer that you knew nothing about anything horrible in your life. Thank you. I appreciate that, Kira. I prefer that none of us knew anything horrible in our life. But if we have to, at least let's try to support each other. And what about me, Random? I said, fucking Rachel. Just kidding. Uh, and I would love to be on the camera and smiling and be my regular self, but man, it's fucking hard when, like the one time that I did, um, fucking, go on camera, like the first time actually after that and did like a little car dancing video. These guys had me fucking, uh, what's her name from American Horror Story? Pepper. And, I mean, I didn't feel like I looked like Pepper, but according to them, I looked horrible. And they were wishing that I fell over and broke my big teeth. I don't have big teeth. I mean, that's the thing. These people, they think because we go, well, I never did anything to you, that is something else to go, I never did anything to you. No, it's a true statement. It's not just something else for you to make fun of. It's actuality. And when will they get the decency to at least tell us what we supposedly did? Because if you just don't like us, then just don't talk about it. If you're not going to help somebody, don't or encourage them, don't hurt somebody and discourage them. Because something's wrong with them if that makes them feel good. Hi, throwback. If they'd be fine with trying to drive somebody to do the things that she's been saying to you, or like Tasha Harris, I may as well just kill myself because, I'm just alone, nobody loves me, blah, blah, blah. And these people would be fine with that. They could live with themselves, I guess. I wouldn't be able to. I would not be able to. I don't understand it. I really don't. That would be awesome, Debbie. Would you like to schedule something and I can put up like I mean, you could call, I mean, you do, I know you still have my phone number. I think, I don't know you do, but just, I was thinking about Debbie, like what you went through with, Amy. And I'm not trying to like pick on Amy. I'm just saying, like just bringing that up, as an example. But what if it wasn't somebody who spoke, and they just did come to your house and did something quietly, quietly about it. I mean, he antagonized. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. I mean, you know, these people, they antagonize people, but they don't know who could be watching. Could be somebody who's, you know, next door to you. And they're going, I hate that person too. I mean, look at that person in, uh, where now all their neighbors they think are part of, this whole gang of people. And now their neighbors have had to get restraining orders on them. People used to tell me, oh, just ignore it. Just ignore it. Yeah, just ignore it, it'll go away. It didn't go away. It increased. And then people gave them a platform to spread their rhetoric. And all the whole while, my stomach was in knots because I was just, thank you, thank you. I just have to like get back to my old self, and people can only live like in, you know, fear and, um, insult and, yeah, for so long. I mean, these people are like, oh, her karma because her whole life she's been evil and has never had any real friends, you know? I haven't known these people my whole life. They haven't known me my whole life. Why would they say cancer was my karma? Who says that? Who says something like that? What what person who believes and calls themselves a good Christian, right, would think that God goes around giving people cancer as punishment? Who thinks like that? Because if that was the case, I'd have to wonder why, you know, th- they're all still standing, right? If that is, that's a horrible, horrible thing to say about somebody that they had no problem with until somebody came around that was in the community for 2 months. And I have to wonder what was going on behind the scenes, you know? It's okay. Oh, no, you're gonna make me cry, Kara, because now I feel bad because I kind of snapped at you, but I've been so, like, used to being told, like, for the last year, like, like, I literally thought, okay, cancer wasn't in my life. So, all right, talk about my, journey, like, what goes on, what happened. Maybe it'll help somebody. But the whole time I said to, you know, being called cue ball, and people putting casket memes or whatever the fuck. Like, you're not dead yet? And you're not going to make it till Christmas. But when you die, I'm going to take a shit on your grave and wipe my ass with your fake flower. And to this day, I still have this stupid bitch saying, another parody coming up. And the most evil people going, you're spot on. You're spot on. You're not making fun of cancer. You're making fun of an asshole with cancer. I've been a fucking asshole in my life. Sorry to hear that, Kara. I'm really sorry to hear that, but I'm sure you'll be fine. I really think that this, the people who took part in those kind of things and what's been going on with, Debbie right now is such an extreme form of, such mental abuse to people that YouTube really needs to take notice of these. It is not right to, by the power of suggestion, continue to say the word cut or scissors or, and to continuously mention somebody's daughter. Thank you, CVX. Thank you, Rachel. Hi, CVX, by the way. Hello to anybody if I missed anybody. It's not okay for 100 people to be leaving these comments encouraging that kind of behavior. That's how I feel too, Kara, but I have to keep thinking that maybe it's like, like a battle of good and evil news. Like, keep the faith that that's what would bring me through it. Like, if it was like, if I believe these fuckers, God gave me cancer. I don't think that. I think that everybody probably has cancer in a way because of the pollutants in the air and everything. Um, it's just so horrible that somebody can't fight such a horrible disease without being told they deserve it. Yeah, there's a lot of people who have had cancer, have cancer, or still fighting cancer, or know somebody with cancer. And these people are like, something like called the cancer card. She's playing the cancer card. I never knew that even existed. I would give anything to not have the cancer card. This, you know, I understand that they're looking for a reaction, CVX, but I want it to be not so much as a reaction as I want them to get repercussions for their actions. These these things shouldn't go. Like, what do you have to be like a child to have it be, you know, um, considered important because they're acting like children. So we're all grown children in a way, right? Doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt. And as a matter of fact, it seems to get more vicious. This shit has to be. I mean, there's people who have, you know, done things, from this. Right? There wasn't, Danielle. I don't think so. Well, that's the thing, though, Kara. The children are doing it worse to each other. Worse, worse. Suicide, trolling, and griefing is so prevalent amongst like 12-year-olds. And they did this thing where they like set up this fake uh thing where these 12-year-old kids were watching somebody who they'd been trying to grief, like suicide troll, and he like faked that he was killing himself on camera, and they had a camera on these boys. They were laughing and high-fiving and everything. I would have beat the crap out of my 4 days ago. Do you have family? Are you married, or are you having to take this alone, Sarah? Because you don't have to take it alone. That's a hard pill to swallow. It's horrific. I'll tell you what, though, Kara, that you know what? There could be somebody who didn't get diagnosed with cancer and walk outside their house and get hit by a car, because tomorrow isn't guaranteed for anybody. It isn't. It's not guaranteed for anyone. The most healthiest man in the world could be, you know, on his daily jog and then get struck by lightning. So if there's one thing that I did learn from this, it was to embrace today. But it's so hard because there's people that make you think, oh my God, I can't, God, I'd rather be gone than be around it. But that's not okay, because these people who run and control, YouTube and their community guidelines, they know damn well that if it was happening to them, I would appreciate that, Kara. I really do. I'm glad that you felt like, you know, I feel so bad that, our initial thing, but I'm so glad that you stayed and gave me another chance, because I know how it is to be so scared. But if you think to yourself that you could, and chances are really good that you're going to beat that, but there could be somebody who hasn't been diagnosed with cancer at all, and they think they've got every day left. So they, don't say anything kind. They don't, they take it for granted. And then, boom, they're gone. And in the meantime, they've been so damn evil. People are going, phew, phew. And that's what the world is coming to, where people, when their behavior, isn't put in check, they just keep pushing the envelope. I'm glad you stayed too. And there was somebody named Vic, right? And I'm really glad to. I don't care what people say when they would say, you should just get off YouTube and worry about your health. That advice was coming from people who weren't worried about my health at all. And I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for you guys, I'd be fucking alone. You know, Kara said, even just a smile can make somebody's day. And there is times, Kara, where we laugh a lot in here and everything, but I think because things aren't in check with, like, okay, for instance, I've reported the channel that is using my dead sister's name, which is Linda Kaufman. I see it everywhere. Everywhere. People be hearting it and everything. And it just fucking talks. Like, it doesn't mention me or anything. It just, talks about whatever the fuck the people are talking about. And so people are like, oh yeah, but they're not mean or anything. Yeah, but it's a picture of a little girl in front of a fucking gravestone. And that's my dead sister's name. What kind of a fucking nut does that? Not the people who are talking to it, but the person who's doing it. What kind of a fucking idiot does that? If somebody calls themselves Nut Nut, I don't care how nice they might treat one person. Their initial, no, it is not. It's not. It is not. No, no, it's not. Right? And I mean, um, oh, guys, totally. Oh, Nut Nut, right? If somebody uses that name, even if they're nice to somebody, but you have to think they're not a nice person. So whatever behavior they give you that might be appear kind, the fact that they name themselves something that they know would hurt somebody's feeling and is derogatory towards somebody, they know, and I know myself that they didn't, set out to become somebody, in the community and everything. They they are there to do damage. Look at Prudently. Janice Dickinson leaves a comment over there in Izzy. And Prudently. Now, Janice Dickinson was the person who was saying they were going to take a shit on my grave when I died and shit. And there's Prudently going, oh, hi, Janice. I missed your snarky comment. This is the woman who just donated Bibles to Jules' channel. But she missed somebody who's going to take a shit on my grave. Oh, fuck off, Amber. Nobody touch that. No mods touch that. Nothing. Throwback, do not touch that. Don't. That is a bad thing. I mean, and she might want to donate more than fucking Bibles because, I mean, seriously? Going around telling people that even my mother didn't love me and she called me pond scum And I mean, are you kidding me? It is, especially when it happened, like for me, it happened like, I don't know if you know who Chosen One is, but he was like, that's where I was in that, channel. A mod there, had been there for 2 years prior. Oh, we'll be your support. And I was like, oh, tomorrow I get the biopsy results. Oh, I said, it sucks. I have to go alone. Yeah, but we'll be here for you. What time is it at? I'll have a live stream. And he sure did have that live stream. And instead of stage 2, it turned out it was stage 3. And I go in that live stream. And I typed. And I noticed my wrench was gone. And then so I hit refresh and I noticed I couldn't even see myself anymore. And he said, technical difficulties, and started laughing. And I threw up. Not because I loved him or I loved but because I really believed that they were my friends. And they may have been, but he threatened them that if any of them gave me any encouragement or anything, they were kicked off my channel. And now, he says like the biggest lies. He received 10 letters or letters from 10 of my neighbors saying I was fake. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. To the point where I've got people who are making videos going, anybody can have a port. Anybody can go bald. I don't even really believe you have cancer. Why the fuck would I have a port and go bald to fake cancer? What the fuck is that? Why would I do that? But nobody ever accused me of being any of those things until the very day I got the biopsy results back. And from that day, not only was I fearing for my life, I was scared to death, but I was fucking smeared. It was a very aggressive bullying campaign. And anything I said, if I even tried to talk about my treatments or anything, she's over there talking about it. See if she can go 1 hour without talking about her. 6 fucking videos, live streams a day, bashing the shit out of me. And I was very well liked for 2 years. I would never bet $1 million that was going to happen. But that disgusting bastard, Tommy, Jersey with Jewels, and Vern Vision took very aggressive campaigns. And they made the worst time of my life 1,000,000 times harder. They literally were focused on trying to keep like my white blood cell count down, keeping me stressed so that it hurts my immunity. It was that was their whole drive. And I wonder, they would have been happy to see me go, down the slope. That would have been good for them. Was it going to give them some kind of award? So I realized that I'm determined to beat cancer. So if I'm going to kick the shit out of cancer, then I can't let these fucking little peons beat me. That doesn't go hand in hand. How am I going to kick cancer's ass if I can't kick their ass? That's not happening. They're not making me leave YouTube and suffer in silence. They can go fuck themselves every day of the week. I might have cancer and can get rid of it, but they are cancer. They really are. You see this kind of shit, like this shit that's going through there, this Carol. It's really surprising to me that YouTube could go around and if somebody said the C word or talked about this, talked about that, they'd be pissed. But they can't see that repeatedly idiots like that are putting shit in here consistently. YouTube has to be held responsible. They have to be held responsible. When Tom Reed says shit like, it's at one party state. I don't care. I'll play people's recorded phone calls and blah, blah, blah. Fuck you, Tom Reed. People who are habitual line steppers, in the words of Charlie Murphy, need to have to be held accountable for their actions. If people are going to teach their children to take responsibility for their actions, or they're going to say, oh, well, you can't ask everybody, you got to be responsible for your own things. Well, you know what? Same with bad behavior. It cannot go unchecked. You know, he cannot be a habitual line stepper. And the fact of the matter that he's been coincidentally, you know, in the midst of plenty of, you know, people who were murdered, I have to wonder not only about his behavior online, but in real life, like what? The freaking police, they don't look at things and they don't say, that's fishy. Maybe we should look into that. I mean, this guy's inundating his his channel with 3 or 4 second videos ever since about a year ago when I said about, oh, it would behoove somebody to follow I love that, right? Rick James, Charlie Murphy, it's great. I said it would behoove somebody to, check his electronic trail, where he's making videos, and see, what's going on in each area he's in. What's he start doing then? Inundating his channel with 3 and 4 second videos to where you can't even get back to a month ago without having to go through about 300 videos. Seriously. He knows no ads are going to get put on a 3 or 4 second video. I have a husband. Last night I said, oh my God. I'm so sorry, Kara. See? See? It's like it does make you really question faith, doesn't it? It really does. It really does. It's like, man, just give us a sign. Like, fuck. Fucking smite these people. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, just take this away. Give it to somebody like fucking who deserves it. Like, some war criminal or something. But you see, like, rich people, and they just la 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 la. You know? I just can't comprehend that. And I'm not trying to cut down this or anything, but that drug addicts and alcoholics get disability immediately, and people who have worked their entire life and get an actual debilitating disease and they've paid into disability have to fight and fight and fight for it. And these idiots were even saying, I don't know, anybody who's fighting cancer, she sure doesn't seem sick enough. Maybe we should call disability and blah, blah. Fuck you. fuck are they? The other night, oh, Jules received a letterhead letter with it. You're right. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're so funny, Pink. I can't imagine people would be fine with even if they walked out and they got struck by lightning. Like, what if there is like some pearly gates and they get there and what is it, St. Peter or whatever the hell is there and says, "What was the last thing that you said to somebody?" Have a good day. No, it wasn't. What was the last thing you said to somebody? I don't know how you did. No, that wasn't it. Your cancer is your karma. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Bye bye. And they just push a button and boom, right down to fucking hell. And you know what? They'd probably be happy because all their friends would be there. Because, and and I'm an honest person. And Sharon, I gotta tell you, I don't hate you. I don't even really dislike you. I have to tell you this. You're a naturally attractive person, okay? But man, you sure ain't looking too hot lately. And I don't mean that in like physically and, just throw some makeup on. I don't mean it like that. I mean, people are now, it seems like now it's not even like about your, the 26-year drug thing. It's hard to even have pity anymore because you're fucking mean. I've always been nice to you, so for you to go, I'm not making fun of cancer. I'm making fun of an asshole with cancer. And in the meantime, you and I are talking like you reached out to me first. So imagine my surprise to rewatch one of your live streams, and that's what you said. I'm making fun of an asshole with cancer. You tell me, when have I ever been an asshole to you? Because I can tell you right now that I Heart Pink doesn't lie. She was right here. You came in here and you were mad because I accepted somebody's apology. Not that, we're buddies. Have you seen that person here? No. I think they just had a moment of, self realization that they said, I just want to say I am sorry from, saying the things I said about your cancer. I'm not allowed to accept that apology without some other asshole starting to make fucking parodies about me. So I try to squash one beef over here, and somebody who I think is my friend decides they're going to pick up the torch. Seriously? She said, I can understand you wanting to squash the beef, but wow. Wow, what? Adair, I've been nothing but nice to you. And you're sitting there going, SG was like that. Shut up, Adair. Shut up. You're justifying your own actions with lies. With lies. See, I could have like put up the actual, the text messages that I was getting during that live stream that made me finally go, Jesus Christ, Sharon, please. We're talking about a suspended bridge. You Trumps in here fucking harassing me. Parody time, parody time. And fucking Miss Christian Jules right up in there. Ha 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 ha. Exactly, right? So I'm not allowed to accept an apology. Like, do you honestly believe that I don't know that that person had a whole channel about me? I didn't see you like berating them then and not accepting their donations to you. I mean, wow, really? I mean, come on. You did that for an excuse. Now, I don't know if I really don't know your motivation because I know that I encourage you. Probably, you know, I know that I do. I say very kind things to you, and I am very honest. And you're looking like a lunatic. You really are. Your laughter doesn't even seem like your hair didn't even look like that stomping on the floor. I'm here stomping out cockroaches. Tell you what, the day I'm a cockroach is the day you're the Queen of England. Like, I have nothing in common with you, Sharon. And yet, I try to understand your dilemmas. And yet, you've made it so basically, I think for some people who really could care less now. Like, and I know you're like, who cares? Who cares? But, you know, someday you might be saying that. Who cares? Who cares? Does anybody care? So you might want to, think about that statement. Who cares? Because you really don't want to be looking around one day wondering, who cares? Does anybody care? And you might be doing that to yourself. Did you see that? Yeah, she doesn't feel bad over it. No, I know, and it's even worse, man. It's almost like she should have been fucking sectioned or something. I mean, what is going on there? Yeah, what was that about? She put the cookie between in her toes and lifts her leg straight up in the air and says, "Here." Why the fuck would somebody? I don't know. Why was she picking up a cookie with her toes? I don't get it. Yeah, they do. I mean, it it like energizes some of these people. Really sick, man. Really, really strange to me. Like people like actually had, valid. Like I saw her. Oh, Cray Cray's worried about me. She makes a video like that. So am I to believe that Debbie said um that she was, you know, concerned for her, like in her recovery or something, and that Sharon went the opposite direction to make fun of that concern? I mean, because there might come a time. I think you need to look back, Sharon, to the time before you were here. And unless you always had a wonderful, wonderful life where people were so concerned with you and were watching up you and were, giving you, you might want to think like, what if all of a sudden your people who, advertise on your channel said, are you fucking kidding me? My fucking, daughter it does, selfie. No, I'm not saying mine. I'm saying, what if somebody says, oh, my mother died of cancer? Are you fucking kidding me? And they have the money and they have the power to say to YouTube, we're going to pull all our ads if you don't get this person off YouTube. You just never know who might feel so strongly about that. Ugh. I gotta say, I really used to think that, like, I think she's taken the cake of, ugh, disgraceful. I mean, I'm sorry, like, you totally made Bobbles appear like an angel. You did it. You did it for her. You did that. You know? Any argument you had about Bobbles is so mean, Bobbles this, Bobbles that, you literally, that argument is lost now. It really is. It really is. You don't attack somebody because they accepted somebody's apology. You don't start calling somebody, just because, like, you think you were wrong. Do you know how to pick up a phone and talk things out with people? What you should do, Sharon, is absolutely you should apologize. I mean, you and I never had anything going back and forth, and your whole entire justification for your actions is I accepted an apology. Fuck you, Barbara Hutchinson, you fucking pathetic creep. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna fucking find out. I am just done. I literally was looking through laws and shit because I think that that whole self mutilation thing and going cut, 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 and slamming that fucking knife, man. Wow. I mean, you really, you might have gotten away with the whole, lots of people wear wigs. I'm not making for the kids, but man, the way you're getting into that whole fucking thing with the knives and stuff, you, there's gonna be somebody's freaking mother who sees that and says, are you kidding me? My child or my sister or something. And you're going to be sitting there going, where's my 2,700 subscribers on? I mean, you might think that, you got it and you got those people and they're going, I forgot who the fuck it was who said, you stomped Debbie. And, oh, you know who it was? It was fucking Secular. That's who it was. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Debbie. Just so you know, it was Secular. They said, you stomped Debbie, you stomped SG, and you stomped Nitty. And she's stomping on the ground. You know that we're not there, right? You know that you didn't really stomp us, right? I mean, I didn't hear you mention my name. Shut fucking it. What, for views or to get locked up? Like in sections kind of thing. Yeah, I know. I gotta. I'm actually, they gotta. Oh, an excuse to not go to rehab. You mean? Yeah, because they're all discouraging me. I had not one iota of sympathy when she was saying that. 2 days ago, I might have had some sympathy for discouraging, even though I mean this bitch is fucking making parodies about somebody with cancer. Um, but I had a bit of trying to conjure up some, and I don't think there was anybody in that room of that channel she was in that was sitting there really thinking like, for you. I don't think so. Honestly, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I really didn't. And I honestly don't believe that you're straight doing that shit. Because if you are, then you better get back on drugs. If this is you straight, then get back on drugs. Because you're intolerable. Tolerable. Oh, Comrie. Everybody's kooks. Everybody's stalking him. Everybody's kooks. Here's the thing, though. He's the fucking one on the road all night long. Fucking talking about breaking stuff off in somebody. What are you putting up there, Ray Shaw? What does that mean? This is, people pay for fucking YouTube. They pay for StreamYard, and they're not getting what they are paying for. We're not getting what we're paying for. You know that? We are not. Why the fuck should we pay? Like, why should I pay for my back chat to be fucking swarmed with a bunch of stupid shit that's vile? You know? What's he care? He's an idiot. He thinks he knows everything, and he doesn't know anything because he doesn't even believe the G spot exists. That's gotta be the dumbest thing I've ever heard out of a man's mouth. So that says it all. Buddy, you have a small penis and you're bitter about it. That's the truth. You have a small penis, you're bitter about it, and you possibly might have some tendencies that you have not come to terms with about yourself yet. So I suggest that you face up to the fact you hate women because you are not aroused by them. So you hate them for that. You think it has something to do with them, their looks, the way they act, this, that, and the other thing. But yet, you think about putting a diaper on and breast milk, or maybe any kind of milk, who knows, cow milk out of the udder, utterly ridiculous. But that turns you on, and you think that is something to do with women. That's because women are inadequate. They don't want to put diapers on me and let me breastfeed. Bitches. No, 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 Tom. That's not normal. You're inadequate, and it's nobody's fault but your own. I mean, fuck. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. I don't have a small penis. I don't know how to handle that. Must suck when women have bigger balls than you, though, right? Fucking creep. Creepy bastard is what he is. It's UDD. Hi, Tommy Highway. How have you been? I haven't seen you for ages. Wow, I haven't seen you in ages. Back from the mothership? I'm just, what a refreshing face. Fucking guy's probably got a dairy farm with all those women that he interviewed in there. Bottom line is this. Even if Tom, like, was like, oh, it's no escape from that quantum line prison. Ah, I see. Long swim, your arms must be tired. Um, if you didn't, that's fine. But spreading lies, spreading rumors about people, being vicious, and trying to, you know, intimidate people, threaten people, things like that, all those things shouldn't be allowed. They wouldn't be allowed on the playground at school, I would hope. So they sure shouldn't be allowed in an adult arena where people are paying for services. And I'm not paying to hear, like disgusting shit. And these people need to be held accountable for their actions because they are adults. And by this point, we would think that they know. And some of the things that are not against the law should absolutely be against the law. And after tonight, I really adamant to find the precedence of something being set where somebody has suggested, cut. And I do know a case of that where the kid did end up killing himself and the girlfriend went to prison for it. Um, if Archie Bunker can have the drug dealer that made his son there, forget his name there, Carol O'Connor. What was his son's name? From Heat of the Night. Now, Carol O'Connor, he has money. So he can, make this big, huge stink about, um, if the parents of the Michigan shooter, the school shooter, are held responsible. If parents are held responsible when a kid is missing too much school, okay, then I'm sorry, when the adults are doing shit, they need to be held responsible. Otherwise, we're going to have some more school shooters because they're being raised by these nuts that are displaying the most disgusting behavior I've ever seen. They wonder why kids are acting like this and shit. Gee, I don't know. Could it be that YouTube is nurturing hatred? Well, I don't know. Community guidelines are that. They don't get it both ways. The law doesn't get to say, oh, we're going to hold the parents responsible for doing this, or Carol O'Connor, or Hugh O'Connor, that was his name, or the drug dealer that sold Hugh O'Connor the drugs, even though, hey, it's really his decision to spend the money and do the drugs, but because Carol O'Connor had the money and went on, the media and made a big stink about it, they went and arrested the guy. Oh, the doctor of Michael Jackson, you know, oh, we're gonna get him, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. But sorry, we don't have enough money, so you're gonna just let people go like they're fucking nothing? Fuck you. Because they mean something to people. They mean they're somebody's child, they're somebody's parent, they're somebody's friend. How dare they discount us because we don't have enough money? Like when, a famous person is being stalked, the stalker gets arrested. Well, yeah, but look at Gabby, that guy, whatever, the guy that Gabby Petito case. Um, those parents didn't get charged with what he did, right? Or for a high, right? They didn't get charged. They had enough money. If a person with a lot of money gets fucking stalked, the stalker gets arrested. They take it serious. Regular old us gets stalked. Yeah, no big deal. Who banned Dr. Seuss books? Written out what time? Dr. Seuss books? Wait, it says red foot, green foot, blue. Is that why? Are you my mother? Are you my mother? Oh, I guess it also says, we don't know who the hell our mother is. I mean, what are they talking about? That's their big fucking, their, when other people, like, good people are being harassed to the point of this? Fuck them. Fuck them. People need to, we gotta speak up and say things and say, fuck this shit. Oh, that meets our community guidelines. It's fine. It's fine. Every fucking time. Here, look at this. Look at this. Tell me this isn't disgusting. 100 comments saying this. Oh yeah, but that doesn't violate our community guidelines. And I make a 34 fucking second video in response. And that violates their community guidelines. Somebody who's gone with cancer, who's gone through it for a year, doesn't it violate the community guidelines? A 34-second video. And that bitch who sits there with her vile mouth is so sensitive that she couldn't stand the 1 34-second video I made. You big bad bitch. Really? What's wrong? Not enough haggis that day? You could read your freaking comments to know that you literally feel a certain kind of way when I go live. And if I mention your name, you are on the verge of ecstasy, I'm sure. And that's strange to me. Because you came at me out of nowhere. I never even knew you. And you were a fucking rotten bitch to me. And I forgave you. And you seem to like the bitch who treated you better. Here's the thing, though. If you don't like me, go away. You ever think of that? You ever think of that? Coming out of the fucking woodwork with all your fucking research you've done on me? I mean, you're fucking so far off the real story. It's pathetic that you make your own narrative to act like you know anything. You live in another country. I don't know you. I don't know. Anybody who thinks that Tasha Harris speaks the truth and speaks the truth, right? And advises people that anytime you want the truth, you should go to Tasha Harris, where she's telling people, I may as well be dead. She's going to throw a ticker tape parade, basically, smoke a big fat joint and celebrate. And Jules, who claims to be not guilty of hatred at all, suggests people go there, sings her praises. Jules, if you like Tasha Harris, then you're just an evil bitch and you are not an empath. Not one normal, decent person would listen to some whacked out woman who doesn't live in this country tell somebody to go shoot up or take this many pills and go hang yourself, and at the same time sit there putting down somebody else for doing this. And I gotta wonder to myself, Tasha Harris, you're fucking irrelevant. But she loves Jules. How ironic. How ironic that I never, ever suffered from thumbs down like I have until Jules. Until Jules. That's when this fucking whacked out weirdo and her whacked out hubby and God knows who else are like, you know, people are like her, and that bothers me, Joe. Bothers. I want people to like me and be as, you know, I want to be as trustworthy as her. So let's do it in, underhanded ways to make me look trustworthy. We're going to have to make 25 stock accounts. Are you with me? SG, who did you say was threatening to cut your head off? I think I'll go over there and befriend him after you helped our channel. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I think then I'll run a live stream and demand everybody's money back because you're running a... Yeah, hon. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I know, right? They probably all know about her around her neighborhood. Either that or she's, like a wimpy bitch that although she talks big and bad, Tasha Harris, she's fucking scared to death of saying anything about somebody in the direct vicinity of her. Like she's probably sweet as pie to her neighbors because she's like, oh, I don't want to say anything. They might get me. Anybody could get you. I'm a British citizen. I could go over there if I wanted to. You're not worth it. One, because you don't have the balls to show yourself on camera and say the shit you're saying. And two, because you're irrelevant. You know? Fucking reaching out to somebody and saying you were the one who was the nicest one to me on his channel. Everybody likes you. Can you help us get our channel going and get some people here? And a month later, pulling that shit. And fucking still a year later sitting there saying, well, everybody knows what I went through that first year. What'd you go through? Getting 3,000 subscribers for shit while fucking bumper humping on me? And fucking still not even saying, and having a room full of people who are so spineless that they can't say, Jules, you know you're lying. That's why I'm here, is because she shared your link. I still come across fucking hi King. I wasn't looking at my screen. Wow, it's noisy over here. What is that?
I'm not. I don't hear nothing. You,
Oh, it sounds like it sounds better now. Sounds like you have your YouTube on. That's what it is.
let me see if I can do. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I
So
can hear
what's
me
new?
too because you have your YouTube on.
I turn it off.
Good enough.
Yeah, I just backed out of it. I turn it off.
I don't know. It was making. Well, now it's not. Oh no, it is. Yeah, she came to me random. Got it. Try going out and coming back in now. Now that you turned it off.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, she came to me random. I still have the screenshot because I screenshotted it to save her email address. And that's exactly what it said. And this bitch, I still come across places where I was going, come check this channel out, blah, blah, blah. And I kicked myself for it. Kick myself. She was behind those sometimes. I don't care, man. Yeah, 3 in her live stream. She had nobody at first, and then Steph, I can't even comprehend that this bitch can't even say fucking what she did. Stop lying. Stop lying, Jules. Stop lying. You're not innocent. You're not. You are not. When you came at the pretense that you were an outreach channel, you were doing this, you were doing that, and then suddenly now your whole outlook is you're going to tell everybody the fact of what goes on behind the scenes. How the hell do you know? Seriously. Fucking bitch. I'm sorry if anybody gets offended by, Miss Sweet Christian Woman, but I'm sorry. You want to get the truth out there? Well, come on. Let's do it. I mean, why have I been blocked from your live stream so that I could never defend myself at all? Not once. Not once. There's good old Verno. Even Izzy, she knows damn well. One night she was the only one who, and I said, okay, is anybody awake? And she said, I hear you there, throwback, but I think, they're in that space where they're going back and forth, like she said she just lost somebody to cancer and even, Ollie, I hope you don't mind me saying this. Ollie has said to me, she's been thinking about me a lot lately because She thinks it's sad that it took her to get cancer to, oh, I didn't see. Why? Why did you put her in timeout, throwback? Throwback, why did you put her in timeout? Oh, don't do that. Throwback. That's random. Why did you do that? Throwback. Can't do personal, like, feelings and let yourself. Random wasn't saying anything like that or anything. I mean, she just, and Ollie had said it took, oh, okay. Yeah, you have to, like, say something before you just, like if I say do that, but yeah, don't. Okay, yeah, okay, all right. She apologizes. I think, like we're all kind of on that. Like even Debbie said herself, like Debbie blocked me earlier. Debbie blocked me earlier. No, I know, but Debbie blocked me earlier, Vortex, in her room. Honestly. And even Pink, remember Pink saying, God, she doesn't know anymore what's going on, It's not like, I think it's, everybody is kind of like, we're also, oh my God, we're like, so, you know what I mean? I apologize and throwback apologizes. Please, random, don't, please understand that. I think everybody is so, we don't know, like, you know what I mean? Hi, King.
What's up, baby
Please
doll?
accept our apology.
Oh,
Plus, random is new at mentioning. So, I mean, at random. Throwback. There I go again, mixing them. I don't know why. Like, you remember, you guys are twinsies. You guys are twinsies. But just, please, please just get that. I think we're all just so, Yeah, but Throwback just got here, though, right? Like, not too long ago. I mean, please don't. Yeah, she's apologized and stuff, which is more than what, like, Sharon did for fucking way worse, you know what I'm saying? So, like, at least here, people apologize for their mistakes. Where I saw today, like, you said to her, oh, I saw you say, where you been, to Sharon, you said that, you were talking about when you were in here, and Sharon said to you, where you been? And you said, I've been here, maybe, right? And you said that you've been here, not here, but there at Sharon. And you said something really nice. And I just thought, how sad that you've been there. I noticed that you were, and she didn't notice that you were there, but we noticed your absence. You know, I know, so bad. And we did. We noticed your absence. So I just felt it was so, like, I don't know. Just want you to know. Yeah. Hi, King. How you doing?
I'm good. Just listening to y'all. Relax.
Thank you. I'm a little more calmer than I was earlier. Earlier in here, it was a big fucking uproar. I
Why it's a big
keep wanting to
uproar?
do absolutely. Oh, is it 5 minutes yet or 300? Can you unhide? I don't know. Is there a way to, like, unhide throwback or, like, I don't know if it, like, deletes them and then you have to try it and then you know Right now, start sleeping down. No. I was talking to King, throwback.
High
I was
what?
talking to King. Huh?
On the high what?
I was about, oops, he just dropped out. Or maybe he hit the back button instead of the X. Um, King, he was on the piano. Oh, it says Secret Society, but it's King. It's King of Ipswich that was up here. Well, because you know how like we were all kind of like everybody was kind of in an uproar earlier. I got blocked from Debbie's because of she got a misunderstanding thinking I was talking about this. They're just same way, exact same way, exact same way. And and then I went next. I was like, oh hell no, you know what I mean? And um, I think it's really because all of us. I've never really seen this much like hatred going on and meanness, and I'm not kidding. Since Jules came around, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but she gave the person, Vern, who I know was making multiple clones of people and playing them once against me. He says it in five streams. He says it. And she brings these people around to create this chosen one take, and they have taken such an aggressive campaign to just make this community fight against each other and be divided. And Jules thinks she's telling everybody the truth and how it really is. And Chosen One just thinks he can threaten and intimidate everyone. And then the other one's just a fucking pure lunatic that we all need to be fucking leery of. In the meantime, all the good people are sitting going, what the fuck? Random, did you come back as yourself yet? So what'd you do today, King?
Did you say that shit?
I said, what'd you do today?
I rode my motorcycle around.
Warm enough then, huh?
It's what I do today or what I did yesterday?
I don't know, like whatever day. Mm.
Today didn't start. I'm getting ready to go to work and stuff, get rest. But yesterday
When
I
you
rode
bringing
my
us in the
motorcycle.
morgue? When you bringing us in the morgue?
I don't like going down there. It's cold. All you see dead bodies on the slab. It smells
Ugh.
with bombing fluid and death.
Ugh,
You
I
see
really wouldn't
brains.
want you to bring us down there. I was kidding. I couldn't even
I've
like
been
science class where that, like you said, the bombing stuff. No, what do they call it? And
chemistry.
the frogs and shit. You're supposed to fucking cut the frogs open and shit. I didn't want to do that.
Chemistry.
Huh?
Chemistry class.
Yeah, science. Yeah, science class. It's like, oh, great, awesome, random. Awesome. Yeah, it's like, you know what? I don't really want to know what's inside a frog anyway. I failed. I failed that class. I actually failed
The more
every class. I failed every class. Listen to me. I failed every class. I was too busy smoking weed at lunchtime.
bad SG smoking weed.
Yeah. I remember I fucking came in one time after lunch. We had been smoking weed. And the principal was standing right there at the door. And he's like, were you smoking pot out there? And I'm like, no. But you know how sometimes you get resin on your lips?
Yeah.
I had resin lips. He called me pot lips. He said, yeah, right, pot lips. That's what he said. Pot
Did
lips.
he did he take out a ruler And so I come over here.
No,
Said,
no,
I
no.
heard I heard back then teachers used to beat y'all.
Back
Used to beat
then, what do you think it was? Fucking the 1920s?
back, back
No,
in the
if any teacher had ever laid a hand on me, oh God, that would have been. Mm-mm.
back, back in the 60s and 70s. I heard parents allowed teachers to hit their kids with rulers and paddles.
That was in Catholic school because,
That
they're
was in all
godly.
school. That was in all school because I remember half of it when I was in elementary school. Uh, my friend threw an eraser at a girl, and the teacher beat his ass with a paddle.
No, this is King, random.
And this happened in the 90s. So I know if it happened in the 90s, back in the 70s and 60s, teachers used to beat y'all with paddles.
I was born in 68. I wasn't in high school in the 70s.
I ain't saying you was in high school. I'm just saying school, period. You could be in middle school and get hit with a paddle.
Yeah, no, they never did that. But in England, when I lived in England, the the teachers were like that. They would hit people like with on the knuckles with a ruler, and I like actually developed a nervous tick over there.
These
'Cause,
these these days now, if you can't do shit to a kid now because they want to quickly call CPS on you and shit.
yeah,
No,
but if you show your kid like what actually CPS and where they might end up, I guarantee you they'd fucking not be calling anybody.
my coworker tell me strange stories every day about how his daughter disrespect him.
And
And
he just lets her.
he can't do shit
Tell him
because
to get a good documentary about people who have gotten molested in the fucking system and how they end up stuck in the system and they never get to go back home and the horrible shit that happens to them. And I guarantee you, she'll
I,
change
I
her ways.
I told him let me keep his daughter for a week and give me permission to hit her.
No
I
way,
beat
no. Fuck that shit. Mm-mm. And you just
the girl this.
tell him, look at here, show this video of everything that happens in the system, how hard it is for people to get their children back, and then tell her, so the next time you act up, I'm calling CPS for you.
She too far gone, man. She pulled a knife on him and cussed
Oh
him
my
out
God,
like a
pull a knife on him?
yeah. This girl is bad. This girl made Chucky seem like an innocent kid.
How old is she?
14, and she done did everything in the book, everything in the law book that you think a kid wouldn't do her age. She done did already. Stole her mom's car, wrecked it around the goddamn corner from her damn house, trying to show off in front of her friends. Stole $10,000 worth of money out of her mom and dad pocketbook and wallet. Buying shit on Amazon that ain't even in her name just to give to her friends. Told her daddy, you ain't my damn daddy, you motherfucker this, you motherfucker that. Every damn thing this girl did, you you wonder why that girl's still breathing. Because
No
any
shit,
other parent
man.
would have,
Hey, get the fuck out of this
any
house. I don't care where you go.
I told him, he said
Either
that
you'd be safer in CPS because I'm going to beat the crap out of you.
it, it's half his wife's fault because she never did let him discipline his daughter. She always told him, if you lay a hand on her, I'm gonna divorce you and take everything you got. And I guess
He sounds like a
by
fucking wussy.
by her by her telling him that, it kept him in line not to whoop his kid.
Random says that they're going through that too.
Yeah, but
Have a child that's like acting up like that, Random?
random. Only thing I could tell you is, like I told him, I grew up in the 90s where the mom and dad didn't play that shit. I remember my mom told me I better wash the dishes. I said no. She slapped the fuck out of my ass. I grew up with a mom
Yeah,
and dad
that's
that
probably the last time she had to do that, right?
yeah, because my mom and dad don't play that shit. A kid stay in a kid
Exactly.
play. A kid should never challenge a parent. Get your fucking ass
exactly.
whooped that.
Yeah. And don't hesitate. Like, start, do it. Nip it in the bud right away.
I got
And that's,
I my I got my ass whooped with a belt, a switch. You know what switch is? SG.
yeah, like a branch off a tree, right?
Yeah. I got my ass whooped with an extension cord. I got my ass whooped. I got a chair thrown on me, a fold out chair. I got a chair thrown at me. Me and my brother, we was kind of bad coming up a little bit. So we did stuff, and we got our ass whooped.
I
But these,
mean, my mom would use a wooden spoon. Yeah, fucking, but she wasn't like that bad, Like, I could never ever picture myself like there whipping my kid. I'd be like, oh, I'd feel horrible, horrible.
I, t- I told my coworker Friday that if it was such thing of magic, I would jump my soul in his body, cock my hand back, and give his daughter a goddamn right hook. Since she won't step to the plate as a man, you have to fight like a goddamn man.
Oh, and the thing is that he called the cops because you took his phone. How did he call the cops? Because you took his phone. Where did he call him from? Took his. I would fucking. What did the cops say? Oh, you can't take his phone that you probably pay for. I mean, they probably do more shit about that than they do about domestic violence.
I know. I told my coworker that yesterday. I like, man, something wrong with these police, man. I seen a dude beat up his girlfriend, got kicked out of his house for a week, and he back in his house. You lay your hand on your child, they're trying to take your child from you. It's gonna be hard to get it back.
Yeah, but fucking, the woman wants a safe place for her and her children, and the authorities won't even remove the man. The woman would have to, oh, good, at least the cop was on your side. That's good, man. That's, I mean,
In my
fucking crazy.
in my coworker case, I told him I like, man, you need to stand up, man. Be a man, man. Stand on your toes, man. Drop your balls, man. Be a man. You telling me you let your daughter do this, that, and the third, and only thing your wife say is if you lay a hand on it, she gonna leave you, and that keep you in line for not whooping your child when you know she done did bad shit.
Bottom line is fucking, it's really that whole thing of where, um, the kids can call the police and they're telling them that in school to do that. That's why the generation are growing up to be so bad
I
because
know that's what
the police and the authorities are undermining the authority of their parents.
his daughter addicted to vaping. She vape a lot, so she steal money out of his wallet to go buy vaping stuff.
Yeah, but she's 14.
Yeah. Now, I guess somebody's selling it to her because she be vaping. He done caught her with vaping pens for a year now. And she just go out and buy another one once he take them.
I think I would fucking pull her out of school, start fucking homeschooling, take her phone away, and tell her you ain't leaving this house and you ain't using a phone. Because I'm telling you right now, you're not getting me in trouble for you being a little piece of crap. And until you act like a you know,
She
somebody who has shows some kind of respect,
she been to
then
YDC.
you're going nowhere.
She been to YDC several times.
She been
You know,
where?
YDC juvenile detention centers and stuff. We call it YDC down here. She been there several times. She said she don't give a fuck. She's not gonna stop.
I mean, I really don't know. Like, there's probably some more. How could she have that much anger in her that she doesn't give a fuck? I mean,
Because they not him, but his wife spoil her for bad behavior. when she stole her mom's car and wrecked around the corner, you'd think that the hammer get dropped down on her ass. Nope. They just took her phone and took her computer for a week. After that week up, they gave it right back to her. What she did, the mom did.
I mean, that's the thing, like when like with us, when I was raising my daughter, I did not get cable. And we had cable when it was, reasonable and shit. But when they started going up, up, up and stuff, I said, fuck that. No cable, no internet in the house. If she's going to do her homework, it's going to be at the library. It's not going to be in her bedroom where I got to worry about internet predators, you know? And, I mean, I monitored the shit out of her. Let's just say that,
See, me and my coworker real close because, I don't be like the other coworkers tell him what he want to hear. I tell him what he need to hear. Some of the other coworkers, oh man, I'm sorry for you. It be okay, man. Just kiss your wife butt and kiss your daughter butt. That's what they do. I tell them straight direct, man. Your daughter bad as hell. She stepped to the wrong man. They're gonna whoop her goddamn ass. And so is your wife.
I think he needs to call his wife's bluff and say, you know what?
He's
Go
scared to
ahead.
do it. He's scared to do it.
Why? Because he thinks his stuff's gonna get done. Say, I'm gonna, I just say, you know what? Fucking good. Take it.
Even his daughter parole officer told him in his face that I see in this relationship you don't wear the pants. His own daughter parole officer told him that in his face that he don't wear the pants in his marriage.
I would tell them that they don't allow him pants because of the laws telling people, to call the police. That's them who is dropping the ball, not the parents. It's the system dropping the ball. Dropping the ball, dropping the ball, dropping the ball.
The parole officer told him that he can still whoop his daughter, but he ain't gonna do it. When the parole officer find out about, all the things she done did by stealing the car, stealing the money, vaping and all that, the parole officer said he still can whoop her. He just scared to do it.
I mean, I really, I don't think that school should be allowed to tell, the kids to say it's abuse and shit like that. I really don't. I think that they're trying to set people up.
Belt to ass ain't abuse. Belt to ass is the right thing to do to discipline a rude, bad, troubled child.
And tell people it's worth off to be safe. Yeah, I mean, I got lucky because my daughter, from like when she was born, she was, I don't know, like a little adult for some reason, like I got lucky. So it's really hard for me I can't like give advice for something that I really, I haven't lived through it, but I do know that immediately when she was little, like there was like one time she was like acting up and doing dead weight, and I was like, oh hell no. I never rewarded her for like crying in a store and then buying her something because she's crying for it.
His wife does all the time. Let that girl go to boy's house that she don't even know. She asked to see the parent, to speak to the parent. Her daughter tell her nope.
Yeah, I tell her she isn't going.
I tell my coworker all the time, you're gonna be a granddaddy at an early age. Keep letting your daughter go to strange boys' houses that you don't know. You're gonna be a granddaddy.
Like, seriously, if they're not gonna do anything about it, I mean, you could talk to your blue in the face to the guy. Sounds to me that, right, yeah. Yeah. Parenting is one big guilt trip.
Right now, he's living with his mom and dad because his wife kicked him out of the house.
Oh, I think they said I could take it for it. Yeah, he said he's never seen that. I have seen like kids that are like, man, even their, like adult children. I saw like a girl I went to school with and her sister, their father, real elderly, and the mother had a retirement thing, and they weren't divorced even though they were separated, and they tricked him into signing it over, and they took the $180,000 that was in her policy, but he should have got it because he was her husband, but they tricked him.
I
And
remember I remember watching a TV show called Snap come on Investigation ID. The grown children kept taking over the dad house, and the dad couldn't take it no more. He shot both of his grown kids and called the police and told the police he had no choice but to do it because they wouldn't leave him alone. They was taking over his house. They moved in and start taking over.
I saw that like the 911 call, and he like said he's sitting on the porch waiting for them because he couldn't take it anymore. They were like just basically like beating up their parents now that they were older. I saw one where there was twins, and they literally
Killed their
beat
mom.
their mother to
Yeah, I
death.
seen that.
You
I
see
call it
that?
twins.
Yeah. And she almost made it out of the house, the mother, but
They
they
drowned.
dragged her back in. And then they went to school and acted like nothing happened. I mean, could
And
you
then
imagine that the way that mother must have
they,
felt?
they told one of the cops, she like, can they watch CSI, and they were in the holding cell because they want to see if they can cover up the murder.
I can't even. I really feel like it has something to do with just the stuff that's on TV nowadays and the music and um and it didn't do anything. I said, let's scare her now so she doesn't get any worse off. And he looked at me like I was crazy, and I didn't do anything, and she's worse. Yeah, he didn't tell her she could have gone to jail for it. Like if he would have gone to her and then like played the role of like good cop, bad cop, like he be the bad cop and you be the one who comes, like and says, well, I'm not going to press charges this time. And if he acted like you came in and like, uh, you know what I'm saying? Like if he scared her enough to think that she was going to go to jail and then that you said, well, no, and you were the one who had the authority over that, it's like that you're right. It might have done something to make her think, about it. Parenting is just one big guilt trip, man.
He hate his daughter
Yeah.
now. He hate his daughter real bad.
Isn't that awful, like, to feel that way?
Yeah,
So bad.
Friday he told me he don't want to go home. I said, come on, man, go home. He like, no, I can't go home.
Wow. See, and she might end up one of those that freaking ends up killing her own parents.
She called him out by his whole name all the time. Instead of
What do you
saying
mean?
daddy or dad or something, she just called him out by his whole first and last name. She might say, no, I'm not going inside you, and she called him out by his whole name. Or shut the F up, and she called him out by his whole name. I told him I don't think that's his daughter. I told him he might get a DNA test, find out the truth.
Is that like something that does the mother ever say? Like,
She be standing right there. She don't say nothing. Her daughter called her dad out by his name, his first and last name, as disrespectful, and the mom don't say nothing. She just stand there. So I told him Friday. I told him that, man, we work at a fucking hospital, man. You better take one of these DNA kits and grab your daughter toothbrush or something to find out if she really yours.
I would if I was him. I mean, for her to be saying that kind of shit and the mother not to be saying, hey, that's not true. And
He got real mad
um,
when I said that. I said, man, ain't nothing to be mad about. They treat you like you ain't really her damn dad. So grab a goddamn DNA kit we have in the storage room. Grab your daughter toothbrush or a hair comb and take your DNA and run that shit in the system. Ain't gonna take nothing but 30 minutes to find out the truth. Cause she damn sure don't treat you like your wife damn sure don't treat you like that's your daughter, and your daughter damn sure don't treat you her father. She treat like you a distant cousin or something like that.
Yeah, he needs to stop complaining about it and do something about it, you know? He's definitely like making himself like not even worthy of respect because he's not demanding respect, you know?
It's got so bad that her little friend started fucking with him now.
Oh, fuck
She
that
told
shit, man. I'd
she be
fucking just say, fuck this shit.
he be saying disrespectful stuff in front of her friends, trying to show off and shit.
Yeah, King is a nice person. Yeah.
He's like, the street lights are coming in. It's time to come in the house. Get ready to dinner. She, and she looked, and she was standing in front of her friends outside in the yard. She looked back at him standing in the front porch doorway. And she said, "Shut the fuck up and go back in the house." Oh, come on, man! You
Wow.
know she do that to you?
I don't know, like, what to even say. I mean, if the guy isn't gonna do anything about it, I mean,
I,
fucking,
I got so angry about the situation. I shed a tear because I knew that it was hurting him real bad, and I knew that, man, if I was in his shoes, I'll beat that girl to death.
yeah, really, but I would really think that,
It's,
I really think maybe he's not the father and he might want to just say to that woman that he's married to that do whatever you're
this
going to do, bitch, but we're going to do a DNA test because you ain't taking me for everything. I'll tell you that much. You
this
know?
girl this girl is Chucky mixed up with Dennis the Menace in a female body.
Hmm.
That's how bad his daughter is. A little bit of Chucky with Dennis the Menace.
Dennis the Menace. I used to read those comic books.
And Dennis the Menace always getting in trouble with the neighbors. Always
Oh, was it Dennis? No, it wasn't Dennis the Menace I would read. It was Richie Rich.
Richie, he never got in trouble. He just liked to brag that he had money.
Yeah. Yeah, he had money. And his dog Dollar. I gotta go. I'm wicked tired, you guys. I appreciate you being up here and I appreciate everybody being in here. But I'm so tired now. Thank you so much for coming up and keeping us company and changing the subject. I appreciate that. We needed a little change.
Yeah, it's time for a big change.
We do need big changes around here, huh?
I'm taking up voting. I'm trying to run to be the CEO of YouTube now.
To
Y'all
be
gonna vote
what?
the CEO of YouTube.
He'd probably make a better one than the one that we have.
Yeah, I make one of wrenches. It's gonna be called the platinum wrench, but it's gonna be this wrench can let someone take down someone's channel for 6 months to a year.
Oh
Depends on.
no, don't do that. No.
No, like somebody just say, oh, I don't like what you're saying, block. I'm saying like if somebody came on and said, fuck you, bitch, I'm gonna kill you. I'm stuck in your house and doing bully type of stuff. This person would report this in. My co-workers would see this, watch the videos, because I want real co-workers that watch these videos. I don't want no YouTube co-workers that just glance at videos. I want them to see what's really going on with the online bullying. It needs to stop.
Oh, it's awful, isn't it?
And they'll give this person a wrench for 24 hours, a platinum wrench for 24 hours. And this person can knock down anyone's channel that's been doing bullying for 6 months to a year.
I think YouTube should I really think people should have to, think about their fucking actions and have repercussions. YouTube should just be taking their channels down. The people who advertise on those channels should, you know, take away
These
their advertisement. That's a step that people could do is
these
report.
CEOs of YouTube, they really ain't doing shit, man, because it's too much online bullying. That's what make people do crazy stuff like commit suicide.
Yeah,
And
it does. It really
this
does.
shit need to stop.
It does. It really does.
That's why I want to be the CEO of YouTube, because I make sure when they're doing online bullying, get their channel took down 6 months to a year.
Yes, they should. They absolutely should do that, and they should, they should have to start all over again. That's what they should do. All their subscribers should be taken away too.
Subscribers lose all their views, likes, and super chat.
Yeah,
They
and
lose.
they should have to start all over again. All over again.
I guarantee you, if I do that, there will be no online bullying on YouTube anymore. Everybody will watch their fucking mouth.
That's what I want to try to do is try to get more notice of what's going on, and that just because we don't have money and we're not rich people that are having this happen to, we matter too. You know? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go to bed. Have a good day at work, King.
All right, SG.
Have a good night, and everybody in the room, thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad that the twinsies are back. Twinsies. And thank you, everyone, for being here. Rachel, King, Bobby Ramos, anybody that I happen to miss, Kara, new people that had come in. Thank you, Debbie, everybody. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you. And have a wonderful night, a day, right? And peace, love, and tacos. Love you guys. Night.